Good day, everyone, and welcome to another epic episode. I'm your host, Mnchunu, and I say you're welcome to join me. Seems like the ANC leadership is not happy about Senzo Mnchunu and Malusi Gigaba about their utterances that they've made recently concerning the state of the ANC. So the ANC has issued out a public letter calling them for disciplinary meeting. They're at Lutea House. They are calling them to someone there, saying that they have torn the party line and they've publicly embarrassed the party. They are saying that a lot of things they are saying, in fact, they are accusing. Even Mahlengu Beg was called there to come and be interrogated of what exactly did Malusi Gigaba and Senzo Mnchunu do. Seems like the ANC is not clear. I mean, there are a lot of people in the time past that have said some very, very hideous things about the state of the ANC. So this current ANC government, it is a number one stout protector of its leadership, and they make sure that they suppress the freedom of speech. The comrades are no longer having that freedom to criticize the leadership and to express their views on what is the state of this current African National Congress. But since SG Mbalula is now the Secretary General, it seems like that freedom of speech is no longer there. It's very funny because this now revolution, or this now kickback against the ANC that we have now, does not only emanate from the senior leaders of the ANC, even the members of the ground are tired. Let us look at this video here. So a lot of people are tired of how the ANC has been managed, or it is managing the country as a whole. I mean, look at this post here. Construction of a state-of-art bridge in Limpopo worth 155 million has been completed. Then the river will be added later. It's funny how this post was given as a joke, but this is the reality that South Africans are facing. The state of collapsing. So Senzo Mnchunu comes and say that no, now the ANC is dying. The ANC is collapsing. And now the leadership is angry because Senzo Mnchunu has uttered those words. And I want us to talk about that. What did Malusi Gigaba say that has made now the likes of Mbalula and the leadership of the AC to be very furious? Gigaba had an interview in the past few days and he had outlined some very serious concern. This is what he said here. Gigaba, I had the view that the GNU should have excluded the DA, and I still hold that view. I don't think there's anything that justifies why we are working with them. I would have preferred to work with the other political parties, including the EFF, than working with the DA. And not only that, Malusi Gigaba went on and said that in 2017, there was a wholesale of buying of votes in the ANC, and this culture just became a pandemic. Only the leadership of the ANC Youth League must intervene and stop that. And that started in 2017. And bear this in mind that that's when now Cyril Ramaphosa was voted in to be the ANC's president. So this now seems like the leadership was not happy of Malusi Gigaba expressing his views, expressing what he thinks about this current ANC government. That is why I am saying that this ANC that we have now, it is the number one oppressor when it comes to the freedom of speech there. They don't want now the ANC comrades, even the senior comrades, to voice their dissatisfaction, to express where they're not happy and what is the state of the ANC. There's something that was said by the former president Halima Motlanthe. He said something very, very shocking. He said that the only way for the ANC to redeem itself is for the ANC to lose election. That is the only way for the ANC to self correct. He says that people must stop voting for it, and it must just go down and collapse like that.
ANC has the possibility to renew itself, but that would take lots of courage, and failing that, it has to hit rock bottom. It has to lose elections for a penny to drop.
Would you like to see, hang on, that's so important, would you like to see the ANC lose the next, would it be good for South Africa if it lost the next election?
For as long as it is associated with corruption and failure.
Right, so what did Senzo Mnchunu say that made the leadership of the ANC to be very furious? Speaking at Maqhubeni in Ngwavuma in the northern KwaZulu-Natal on Saturday during the tombstone unveiling of a late struggle steward, Nokuhamba Nyawo Mnchunu said the upcoming legal government election next year will be the end of the ANC. If we do not win municipalities in the upcoming local government next year, come the national government election will be history, he said. Mnchunu likened the ANC to a person walking on the edge of a cliff. He said that the party needs to regroup before it is too late. So, when now this makes the leaders angry, it means the ANC leaders have lost their moral compound. They have lost their mentality. They have lost what is important and the issues, the national issues that the ANC itself will need to be discussing. It is the ANC, by the way, that needs the national dialogue, not South Africa, because there's nothing that we're going to discuss with the ANC in which they are going to implement. Nothing. The ANC itself is start speaking the renewal process back in 2012. It started with this agenda of saying that no, they must go back to the traditions and the agendas of the African National Congress. They started there, and you know what was their outcome? It was more division, it was more affectionalism, and even today, that is where they at now. They don't get along, including the top leaders of the ANC. There's that factionalism that is killing the ANC right from the top going down to the bottom. So the ANC is failing to self-correct. The ANC, it is failing to smell its own armpit and just hear that there's a bad smell coming, and they need to change that to bring in something right. They are still acting arrogant. That is why come 2026 and 2029, they will be punished even more. So the likes of Malusi, Gigaba, the likes of Senzo Mnchunu, they see that no, there's a problem here. We need to come up with a solution so that we fix the ANC and we just renew this political party. But no one wants anyone to criticize the leadership, including this current ANC that we have. But let us now check. There's something that was said by the ANC Youth League President Colin Malachi. And Colin is the one that now deserved to be called to appear before the DC, because he lambasted the ANC. He exposed the ANC, the corruption, including the leaders of the ANC, the current leaders of the ANC, and the likes of Fikile Mbalula, the likes of President Ramaphosa, or anyone in the senior position said nothing. What did Colin Malachi say? Let us watch here.
We won't blame the people of South Africa for putting the ANC at 40%. We must blame ourselves as the leaders for not giving them a reason not to put the ANC at 40%. If in PGMs of the ANC, you beat each other up, you elect councillors who are drunkards, you put mayors who can't even read council agendas, you put municipal managers who are criminals, you protect forums of criminals, you protect corruption. Who is going to vote for an organization that is stealing from the poor? You know the way when the integrity of the messenger is in question, Comrade Chair of the Veterans League, I always say this thing, I repeat it everywhere I go. When the integrity of the messenger is in question, no one will believe the message. No matter how true is the message, if the integrity of the messenger is in question, no one will believe the message. Now, where we are seated, the reason there's a call by the veterans of the ANC and everyone that we must renew the ANC, it is because the integrity of the messenger is in question. No one believes anything the ANC says anymore. It is only members of the ANC where we believe each other. But when we leave, no one believes us.
So Colonel Malachi outlined some few basic key points for the ANC to self-correct. But the ANC will not do either one of these, either one of what Colonel Malachi has exposed. Imagine Colonel Malachi, imagine, he said that the ANC is rotten. That is Colonel Malachi. It's not us, it is the members of the ANC who wants to self-correct the ANC. But these members will be taken out like Peggy Mtolo. Remember Mtolo? Mtolo, there was this claim that the ANC lost KZN because of his poor performance. And Mtolo shifted to blame and said, it was not me. He didn't give us enough resources and money to campaign because you feared MK Party. It was you, Vigile Mbalula, and you, Sir Ramaphosa. And the next thing, bah! He was axed, and the Jeff Hartebes were put there, and he was removed from that position. So if you go against the top leaders, they remove you because they don't want to self-correct. So what did Colin Malachi say? Colin Malachi said that the ANC is rotten and it must blame itself of the 40% that they've got in 2024, right? We have gotten that number, the lowest number. The leaders are to be blamed. That was Colin Malachi. No one said anything. No one came and said that, no, you need to be disciplined. You are an ill-disciplined member of the African National Congress. They were all silent. Then he continued to say that in the ANC meetings, you beat each other up. You fight in those meetings, you ANC members. And said again, you elect councillors who are drunkards. All this is the ANC. You put mayors who can't even read. You put municipal managers who are criminals. You protect forums of criminals. That is Colin Malachi, it's not me. You protect corruption. Who is going to vote for the organization that is stealing from the poor? That is Colin Malachi, addressing all these deeds that are done by the African National Congress. When the integrity and the messenger is in question, no one will believe the message, no matter how true is the message. I believe this was directed to Cyril Ramaphosa or those who are leading the African National Congress who are corrupt. Remember Phala Phala said that if now you put the leader there and the integrity of that leader is in question, who will believe the message? So who will believe President Cyril Ramaphosa because he himself is tainted by corruption? Who will believe him? Colin Malachi asked the ANC, we only believe each other, comrades. No one believes us anymore. This is now the first step for the leaders, senior leaders of the ANC to say that the young man is speaking the truth. Let us sit down, let us discuss, let us fix now this now. Because it is said that before you fix the nation, renewal must start inside your house. Fix your house first, then you will fix the country. Secondly, You can't fix the country while the ANC is in that mess, in all what we've just read, which was said by the ANC Youth League President Colin Malach. You see, I never agreed with Malach. I don't even like his statement or comments. But here, the young man has nailed it. Malach here, you see, if he can talk like this and be awake and speak like this, I will like this man. Not that I hate him. I don't hate the man, but I don't agree with his speeches. But this one, he nailed it. This is the Youth League president that we want today in the AC. We want such people who will not fear anything but speak the truth. Because if the truth it is not there, it means everything that is formed or is pushed, the agenda, it is all lies, lies, and lies. But one thing that I know that is not a lie is that you need to subscribe to this YouTube channel, because you'll be supporting us so that we grow bigger than where we are. Remember, don't pay anything, it's free of charge and like that. And please, you can leave a comment on the section below. Let us hear what you think about what we've discussed today. Until we meet on the next video, and I'm out.